Hey, it's Melissa at the Mount Horeb Library. Are you looking for a new book to read? Have you read a book you loved and would like something similar but aren't sure what to check out? I have something that's super fun and super easy that I think you're going to love to use. It's called NoveList. You can access it from our website. I'm going to teach you how to do it right now. So first, you're going to go to mhpl.org, which is our website. And in the top orange bar, there's eLibrary. I'm going to click eLibrary. And then I'm going to click NoveList. It's going to bring you to this page. I'm going to click the NoveList icon, the logo, and it's going to bring this up. There are a lot of different resources on this page, and I'm just going to go through a few of them, but I encourage you to spend a lot of time exploring. So the first thing I want to point out are the recommended reads lists. It's a quick, easy way to find some books. Scroll through, see if there's something you might be interested in. You can narrow it down also by age, teens, ages 9 through 12, and little kiddos. Let's see, if I pick historical fiction, it brings me a bunch of different lists here. Let's see, World War II, if I click on that. It's a pretty hot author topic right now. There are a lot of books coming out about World War II. And here are their recommended reads. So it's a great way to scroll through. We did this one for a big read a couple of years ago. Some of you probably participated. And you can just click on a title on the book's picture. It brings you up this little pop-up window that tells you a little bit more about it. You can also click here on the title, and it's going to bring you to the books page and give you even more information. Reviews, more about this book, etc. I'm going to go back to the home page by clicking on the NoveList logo. And I'd like to show you this section in the middle, which I think is really fun. So I'm in the mood for books that are blank. They change up their lists here from time to time. So right now, these are the ones they're featuring. If you're in the mood for something upbeat and likable, you can click that, and it'll show you a whole bunch of books that are upbeat and likable. Reflective, high drama, etc. It's kind of a fun way to explore. Scroll down a little bit more. Here are some other genres, again broken down by age level. I want to show you this appeal mixer, so I'm going to click on this. This is a fun way to start exploring books based on appeals. An appeal is just something that is appealing to you. You get to pick some categories. So you can make your own mix. So the first one here, character, illustration, pace. I'm going to choose character. And they have some really fun choices, I think, for their characters. Authentic, courageous, culturally diverse, exaggerated. If you scroll through, they have some other really fun ones. My favorites might be sassy, snarky, and spirited. Maybe I just like characters that start with an S. I do also like likable. So let's see, I'm going to click likable because I like a likable character. And I'm just going to hit find titles. You can do more, and I'll do that in a minute. But you can, if you'd like, just choose one to start with. 3,700 books, pretty great list. So you can just start scrolling through and seeing what's available. You can also click view all if you'd like to bring up all the books at once. Let's say I want to narrow it down a little bit more. How about I'm going to choose pace, and I'm going to choose a fast-paced. See what this brings me. All right, 983. Again, a lot of books that I can scroll through. And maybe I'll even do one more thing. How about a writing style? Again, some really great choices here. Let's do engaging. Bear with me as my internet's a little slow at home. And it brings up quite a few other books you can choose from. I think it's just a fun way to start exploring. Now, I had mentioned that if you'd read a book that you really liked and you'd like to read something that's similar, NoveList is a great way to do that. So I'm going to go right here to this top bar where it says keyword, and I'm going to choose title. Now I'm going to enter the title of a book that I recently enjoyed. I'm just going to click search. So this is it right here, The Dry by Jane Harper. So if you'll notice right here, title read-alikes. You can also do author read-alikes or series read-alikes. All really great ways of exploring. So if I click title read-alikes, it brings up this list. And it tells you the book's title and the author and why they think it's similar. You can even print this list, which I think is really great. So you can keep it on hand the next time you want to come to the library, or just for when you want to explore books on LinkCat, which is our online catalog. So I'm going to click the back button there. Let's do author read-alikes. Similar brings up different authors that write similar to Jane Harper. Another way you can do this, let's type in another book that I liked. Click search. So here it brings up the title of the book, and on the right hand side, pretty much of all the books you click on in NoveList, on the right hand side you will see read-alikes, and it shows you pictures of books that are similar, which is great. So I'm going to click on this title, and it brings up this pop-up, and then it quickly switches over to this page. So here's a book that's similar to The Peach Keeper. Now when you're doing this, you might get overwhelmed with all the different books you suddenly want to read, but you can add them to a folder, which is pretty great. So right here in the top, it says you can print the page, which is great. It says you can email. I'll tell you, I have not had any luck with the email. I don't know why it doesn't work. You can absolutely try it, but it just might not work. You can save it, or you can add it to a folder, which I think is a nice way to do it. So I'm going to click this Add to Folder. And in the upper right-hand corner, you'll notice this little folder icon. So it just stuck that book right there. Let's say I want to add another one. You can do it a quicker way, just in this pop-up box right here. Like I hovered over this title. I brought this pop-up box, and there's right here, Add to Folder. Now if I go up to my folder, I can add as many books as I'd like as I'm going along. And it brings up the folder. So you can print this again, which is great. Again, email doesn't work. You can also save it. For this, I would recommend signing in. You can create a free account, and then you can hold on to your book lists for a while. So I'm going to click Sign In. It's going to bring you this weird website that you're going to think is not part of NoveList, but it is, don't worry. To create an account, you would click right here, Create One Now. All you need is a username and a password. I'm just going to sign in. So here, now that I've signed in, it says I'm in Melissa's folder because that's where I had signed in from, and here are the books that I've added to my folder. It's a nice way to save books so I can go back later and see what I might have been interested in reading. I'm going to go back to NoveList. There's another fun way you can search for things. Right here it says Advanced Search, so I'm going to click on Advanced Search. You can choose different fields and things right here, but I kind of just like browsing books if I don't really know what I'm looking for. So if you scroll down, you can browse again by subjects, author, series, titles, Dewey number, which is nonfiction if you'd like. But they have a lot of different choices down here as well. Again, you can choose your audience, number of pages, media mentions. So if you saw a book that you were interested in on Good Morning America, you can select that. It's got some other things, NPR, etc. You can do author's nationality, gender, cultural identity, Dewey range, that nonfiction range again. Parents, if you have kids that you need to choose Lexile ranges for, they're available right here. If you're not familiar with what a Lexile range is, it's a way of categorizing how hard a book is, and some kids are assigned certain ranges. AR interest levels as well. You can also just type in a Lexile score if you want to search for certain books. You can narrow down a Lexile number and a grade level if you'd like. So you can do a lot of different choices here just to start kind of perusing. Let's see, if I want to say, so many choices. Let's do the morning edition. So I'm going to leave that selected. I'm going to choose adult, and I'm going to click search. And we'll see what books it brings me. 10 of them. So these are books that have been mentioned on NPR Morning Edition, probably pretty recently. These are all pretty recent books. And similar, you can do title read-alikes, author read-alikes. So a lot of different options here in NoveList. I hope that you enjoyed it. I hope that NoveList helps you start exploring some books and discovering your next great read. Thanks for listening.